Welcome to Bhutan This Week with me, Shigelson. Our top stories this week: His Majesty the King and His Majesty the 4th Drugelpo graced the consecration ceremony of Khamsum Namgye Chöte in Punakha. His Holiness the Jekhembo appointed the new Yöntelebe, Junlebe and Telchung. And Bhutan lost to the Maldives with 2-0 in the 2019 AFC Asian Cup qualifiers. His Majesty the King, His Majesty the 4th Drugelpo and members of the royal family graced the consecration ceremony of Khamsum Namgye Chöte at Zomlingta in Punakha. The chöte was built under the patronage of Yap Tasho Ugedoji and Yum Tujizam.
Thousands gathered in Zomlingta today for the consecration ceremony. The ceremony began with Chashirapne. His Holiness the Jekhembo presided over the Sungche for the consecration ceremony. Yap Tasho Ugedoji constructed the Khamsum Namgye Chöte for the eternal peace and prosperity of the Tsawasum. The chöte will be opened for devotees to visit and offer prayers.
Ani tina jen subachin ngachetina mi mohi zibchigi te korachap be te je subese yabgi tuji ani be nadi zedimi chi tela ani khali chuten timji jenda bachin yamata churila subati sutiona ngachirgi pendedube densa punta dewachimi poton diloeta nebada tisu kara do subese teletinni be te gya khabdang misiyonlu pentobigi te teler sanechi invese chutede sagode tina jejimse shuni.
Along with the various cultural programs, Tokha was also served to the public. The construction of the chöte began in 2015 and was completed in a period of over 2 years. After the ceremony, His Majesty the King granted an audience to the ex-serviceman in Zomlingta. For Kamal Kharka in Punakha, Choni Dama for PBS News.
His Holiness the Jekhembo appointed the new Yöntelebe, Junlebe and Telchung and conferred Tashikhada at the Tashichezong. They were appointed coinciding with the Lord Buddha's parinirvana.
41-year-old Triku Chinle from Punakha is the new Yöntelebe. He replaces the former Yöntelebe Tandin Sewang, who resigned after serving many years. He began his monastic education at the tender age of 7 in Deshan Phordang Monastic School in Thimphu. He pursued his higher Buddhist philosophical studies at Sangha Chekur Buddhist Institute in Paro and later studied at Tango University of Buddhist Studies. The new Yöntelebe also served as a lecturer at Tango. 43-year-old Lebe Tsichu, also from Punakha, is appointed as Shung Lampe. And 53-year-old Lebe Damche from Wangdi Poda will now serve as Drechung. This is Chang Atoji for BBS News.
The Parliament decided to allocate more time and resources for the preparation of a detailed project report for future hydropower projects in the country. The Public Accounts Committee stated that such reports prepared so far are unrealistic, which hampers timely completion of the projects.
As per the committee's report, a proper detailed project report is likely to minimize the incidences of huge time and funds overrun. A DPR is a base document for planning and implementation of a project.
DPR zone ki dusidi tenga chiregi ge khamnalu te na average be te si tenta wachin lo ni da sumi me se shunila DPR ki zone ki dusilo ane bebe de lo chi derenga chiregi log me legil da mandi chu se minu puna sa chu legil dangba se minu ni ba se minu tab madeo anim chi thengomidi dokpa bomb chi nga chi yani legul gi khasel gi nishu zoi gi kap gi duse anilu ra melega sewi gi ting ngara khatule samcha dikuni ise shunila.
Some members explained that it is difficult to come up with an accurate DPR due to the country's geological features.
The say come the geological survey the geological condition the say nalu the yipchi meter yipchi lash geological the kadibiga the terribly jashale jashabe the dilation members the kongi chesa the mindu shunila
the kadem chinga chigi khasel nyjudi nga chigi duse rembe jin zero bombe tangre the kahara sagi nangkonale la begoni digi the dule tap du madudi shule thongse nomala.
The joint sitting also agreed on reviewing the relevance and applicability of Indian standards, rates and guidelines in Bhutan. If need be, according to the Public Account Committee's report, appropriate modification to suit the Bhutanese requirements and conditions should be proposed. Samtan Dolkar for BBS News.
The Construction Development Corporation took over the part of tunneling work at Nikachu Hydropower project in Trongsa. The corporation is the first Bhutanese company to make tunnels in the country.
Prime Minister Dashusring Tobgay inaugurates the work to build little more than 3 kilometers of an Audit and part of Headways Tunnel. An Audit is a horizontal access passage for man and machinery. Headways Tunnel carries water from the dam to the powerhouse. The construction of 300 million Newton tunnel will be complete by end of 2019. Construction Development Corporation is executing the work as a subcontractor for Hindustan Construction Company. Bhutan started building tunnels nearly 40 years ago, but it is only recently that locals are involved in it.
추동 킬로미터 굽주 땐 사위기 슐레 다레고달루 나처럼 두비기 레진치기 조리 굽벤다 레미 가라 둡소서기베 추동ten이 굿수 버들루 게랍다 데미기 네슬니 나처럼 두벤미세 체령 춘숨 가라 남이 삼이 뻔염 톱고비기 시칭이.
The Construction Development Corporation is also working on over 1.5 kilometers of tunnel in Nira Amari hydroelectric project in Samdrup Jonkar.
business plan chi ya bujino zonda ga cher kisugi through ju nawa nation te tinale yuchi tare ngachigi chucha bedre berora chucha yuchi saya nije jile chi ngache product de kara na odi te tare labe chobe tadibi use shunila deda dobe teta lokmigi legin la labe odalu te khechok mi go leshadula ma yuchi machine operator le gutsugi de ya engineer susugi khechokgi churup namsebe khachudula anuse ngachigi jonda tise beise shunila.
The 118 megawatt Nikachu Hydropower project is the second project being constructed by the Druk Green Power Corporation after Dagachu Hydropower project in Dagana. For Sujaman Thapa, Kilidem BBS News.
The total unresolved irregularities have increased by 65 million last year. It was 523 million neutrum in 2015 and last year it came to 588 million. This is as per the Annual Audit Report 2016. The unresolved irregularities are unsettled justifications or actions taken by the agency's management which are either inadequate or unacceptable to the Royal Audit Authority.
Unresolved irregularities are categorized into fraud, corruption and embezzlement, mismanagement, violation of laws and rules, and shortfalls, lapses and deficiencies. Ministry of Education has the highest amount of fraud and corruption cases, worth over 6 million newton. The Jigme Dorji National Park in Gaza has the least amount of fraud and corruption cases, with only about 300,000 newton in irregularities. According to a press release from the Royal Audit Authority, irregularities in Punakha Hydroelectric Project Authority is over 1 billion newton. Mangdechu project reported about 246 million newton in irregularities. Under the budgetary agencies, the highest amount of irregularities is reported under Ministry of Works and Human Settlement with nearly 170 million newton, followed by autonomous agencies with 104 million newton. Ministry of Information and Communications has irregularities of 69 million newton. The Royal Audit Authority recovered some 90 million newton last year. This is Pasa, BBS News.
The Election Commission, Education Ministry and other relevant agencies will review Bhutan Children's Parliament and submit a report to the National Assembly. Some parliamentarians raised concerns on issues such as politicizing and hampering children's performance in schools. The Bhutan Children's Parliament was formed in 2015 with student representatives from 153 democracy clubs. It is to serve as a platform for the democracy clubs to come together and contribute towards policy options regarding children and current issues.
Tena tugi chage yeble tendigi be tenga che sherik lenkagi onle kokap chungkuchi namdo chi bochin tenga cheregia te tenga chi gi loptru alu bususulu lerim dile tendigi be tenga che te dinalu ngenka politicization gi ngenka sichar gi nalu ngenka kadebe juni maka ngachi gi takship chi beni gi kokap chi na se shunila te ani mabyo gi nalu te dare te thekar te da be machop be te kajachi nani mipchi be tenga re gi onle.
There is a need for strict monitoring to evaluate the deficiency of micronutrients among the school children in the country. As per the latest performance audit report on the school feeding program, there is no standard dietary requirement prescribed for the schools.
The report states that the lack of standard dietary requirement impedes the schools in ensuring the daily nutrient intakes as per the Education Ministry's standard ration scale. Also, the food prepared in audited schools looked unappetizing. Moreover, the same food menu was repeated throughout the year. This discouraged the children from having their meals. Going by the report, storage facilities, particularly for perishable food items, were found inadequate. It called for a strong quality control system in school feeding commodity supplies. 16 government schools in 7 zonkhaks were selected for the audit. The World Food Programme has been gradually handing over the responsibility of providing school meals to Education Ministry since 2014. The ministry is expected to fully take over the school feeding program by the end of next year. As of July 2016, the government funds the feeding program in 110 schools. The performance audit report was prepared based on the reviews of the documents, analysis of data and the discussions with Department of School Education, Food Corporation of Bhutan and schools. This is Pasa for BBS News.
Former Gelifu Trungpa Pimawangdi is sentenced to 15 years in prison. He is charged with embezzlement, commission amount to abuse of function and abuse of privileged information. He is also found guilty of corruption, forgery, omission, official misconduct, bribery, solicitation and lying in court.
Former Gelifu Trungpa Pimawangdi will have to refund about 6.4 million ngetum for the Losal Cinema Hall Fund in Sikkim, corruption in cinema hall management and hot spring renovation work. The Gelifu Trungpa court also sentenced the former Dungkak administrative assistant Sonam Norbu to 8 years in prison. He is charged with embezzlement, forgery, passive bribery, aiding and abetting. The judgment asked him to refund 1 million ngetum for embezzlement of cinema hall fund and misuse of money brought from Sikkim, and they cannot pay in lieu of imprisonment. The court also sentenced 18 other individuals to prison term ranging from 3 months to 5 years. Among them are 3 contractors whose licenses were cancelled. The contractors were involved in forgery and deceptive practice in the construction of Indo-Bhutan boundary wall, hot spring and Sershong crematorium renovation projects. The court also acquitted 2 alleged accomplices of former Dungpa. For Kamawangdi in Gelifu, this is Pup Game for BBS News.
An increasing number of farmers in Norgegang Geok in Samsi have taken up paddy cultivation following drastic reduce in cardamom production. But as paddy cultivation season draws near, farmers are worried of shortage of irrigation water. The existing water supply will not be enough for all paddy cultivating farmers.
The existing irrigation channel was constructed in May last year. The channel is targeted to benefit about 150 households. But only 3 households benefited from the channel last year. This year, over 25 households are planning to cultivate paddy.
We are struggling a lot due to shortage of water. We have somehow managed to cultivate cardamom, but pest saps started damaging the plant due to lack of water. So many farmers discontinued cardamom cultivation and started paddy cultivation. but only half of our wetland can be cultivated due to shortage of water.
Road area देखि उभोदिएको दिन त त्यो पानी तर हाम्रो गाउँमा त्यो पानी नआएकोले थुप्रै खेतीलाई हानिकारक हुँदैछ.
The irrigation channel has benefited only the households located above the road as of now. It is benefiting only few households and our area is totally left out. Previously, we didn't face any water shortage in summer, but now even the spring water is getting dried. We would be grateful if the water from the irrigation channel could cover us too.
Spring water भन्ने चाहिँ पहिलाको भन्दा धेरै कम्ती सुकेको छ.
The Gyeok agriculture sector, however, says water from the irrigation channel will be enough for all households keen to cultivate paddy.
이거 가슴 위에 나로 추 카체미들 다 카체미 담아 파기 이거 되는데 장라데 파기는 잡 내는 꼬차 배자는 게 자신이다.
There are 3 villages that require water for irrigation. To supply water equally, firstly we have diverted the water to one village for farmers to cultivate paddy. Then we diverted it to the second village and likewise to the last village. The water will not be enough for all the villages to cultivate paddy at once.
He said since cardamom no longer benefits the farmers, they have encouraged paddy cultivation. Cultivating rice will reduce the import of rice and also achieve the self-sufficiency target. Free paddy seeds were provided to the farmers. But farmers are still worried as there is no alternate source of water for irrigation. For Tamchuzam and Samsi, Kilidem, BBS News.
Bhutan's first home game in the 2019 AFC Asian Cup qualifiers ended in despair as the Maldives took away all 3 points after a 2-0 victory. The Bhutanese head coach says it is a young side and there were more positives to take away from the match.
Bhutan went down to Maldives despite having upper hand during most part of the match. Maldives forward Fazir converted a penalty after being brought down in the box by Tenzin Dorji. Midway through the second half, winger Hamza Mohamed went past 2 Bhutanese defenders and laid the ball to Abdullah Ahmad, who tapped in their second goal.
And there it is, 2-0 to Maldives.
Despite the loss, Bhutan's performance was praised by both the coaches.
We've been talking ever since we've already started planning for the game, and I told the boys, look, Bhutan will be a different team because they've got a great coach now. I'm not criticising the previous coaches, but I knew they'd be very well organised and a lot different to what we've played them before. So yeah, we definitely didn't underestimate. That's why we set up defensively.
Even if we lost, I have to say they were doing things now much better and as we are doing it in the training, so the timing was better and a lot of good things to see, and I think the spectators were happy. Sure, it's not good if you lose, but the first step is making a good match, and I think especially in the second half we did a very good match, and the next steps for sure will come, that you will win matches like that.
With this loss, Bhutan sits at the bottom of Group T. Bhutan will next play Palestine at Changnimithang in early September. Palestine defeated Oman 2-1 in the other group game yesterday. Compiled for Sharab Doji, this is Pasang Doji for BBS News.
Sanget Siltram won the Mr. Bhutan 2017 title, defeating 12 other competitors at the 9th National Bodybuilding Championship held in the capital. Tamche Zam, a mother of 3, came first in the women's category.
Along with the title, Mr. Bhutan won a cash prize of 150,000 Nutum. 13 participants competed for the title. The participants were judged by 7 national experts.
If you are not healthy, you cannot work, you cannot fulfill your ambition. So I would suggest all the youth to take up this as, like I did, like a passion, and also take it very seriously, because ultimately it is about your health, it is about your body. So please avoid taking drugs, alcohol and smoking, and also avoid all these modern lifestyles, which is very unhealthy.
He will travel to Mongolia in October this year to participate in a world championship where he hopes to make Bhutan proud.
I'm never confused. Hey, hey.
In women's category, Damchuzam defeated 2 other participants to win the Miss Fitness Bhutan title. There were only 3 participants in women's category.
Usually, men look down and discourage when women go to gym. They say you get nothing out of gym and you go there for no reason. We get nothing but get precious health. So I suggest people to take fitness as lifestyle.
The number of participants has, however, gone down compared to the last championship held in 2015. Only 16 participants took part in the championship this year. There were 25 participants in 2015. With additional information from Pemba Sewang, this is Sringdandu for BBS News.
With 3 consecutive sets of complete dominance, Porozongkha crushed the defending champion Tsirang in the finals of the National Volleyball Championship. 10 teams from different districts took part in the championship.
Team Tsirang had tough time from the very beginning. It further added on as Poro won 2 back-to-back sets within no time. By the start of the 3rd set, Team Tsirang was completely shattered both physically and mentally. Poro then won the 3rd set with ease, making them the new national champions. Choki Gelson, the man of the match for today's game, shared some thoughts to help improve the growth of volleyball in the country.
Many people are not aware of new rules and regulations of the game. If BOC can go to different districts, educate people on the new rules and regulations, and conduct similar tournaments across the country, then it will help the sport to grow in near future.
However, the president of Volleyball Federation said it will be organizing Gyok level tournament from next year. He also said beach volleyball and interdepartmental competitions will also be conducted to develop the sport. The 3-day National Volleyball Championship was organized to revive and educate volleyball enthusiasts on the new rules and regulations of the game. Pasang Doji for BBS News.
That's all we have for you this week. Thank you for joining us.